And we're going to kind of do this interview style, so you don't have to sit exactly where I have those stools. You can move them around. If you end up, I put them kind of close, but maybe you like to be that. Yeah, you are close. So yeah, they are married. Thank you for sharing that. As we talk about Financial Peace University, what I thought was really neat was that the two of you are actually a success story of Financial Peace University. And so you're teaching the class, but you went through it, and it had a profound impact on you. Could you just take a minute and share what that was?
Sure. I just want to share right away that we come from a place of humility and a place of passion, and we are very excited to be a part of this. The old saying, you've heard this on the TV before, we know a thing or two because we've seen a thing or two, and we certainly have done that. When Michelle and I met, I was deeply in debt, and as a contractor, I was living week to week with high bills and in debt and mortgage and a truck payment that was almost as high as my mortgage. So with that, after Michelle and I met about 12 years ago, things started to change, and she really helped me through some really tough times. So I just wanted to preface that by leading into what you're going to say.
So Matt, we ended up following Financial Peace University. When we got married, which was very quick, we only dated for probably 6 months before we got married, and I realized what a mess I was walking into. And so I said, we really need to get on the same page when it comes to finances. So we decided to take Financial Peace University as an online course. We didn't take it with other people. I'm very good with numbers, so I can follow along with the plan, and Matt very quickly became on board. We got rid of all of his credit card debt, his truck loan, as well as I had a car loan. That was what I brought into our marriage. So we finished that in 2014, and then we had been debt-free except for our mortgage until then. And we had been, paying on our mortgage, but we decided in 2020, I decided to go to nursing school, and we had been saving for me to go to nursing school and to stop work at that time. And I started to crunch the numbers, and I was like, if I just continue to work and go to nursing school, great idea. If I did that, we could pay off the house in the next 2 years. And so we focused on a plan of how would we do that, and we followed through these steps to completely pay our mortgage. And we would not have been able to do that had we not known of this plan. And I think, sorry, Carl, I know I'm going long. I think the important part to that, if you don't know us and know our story of what happened last year, Matt had a heart ablation, and he had a very rare complication called a fistula, which happens in 0.03% of cases. And basically, his aorta and his esophagus became fused together. It was a medical emergency. Obviously, blood can get from the heart to the esophagus, and air can get into the heart. And he had to go through emergency surgery to correct that. These surgeries are typically not successful, and he was in the hospital for 16 days, mostly in the ICU. He had 4 small strokes while we were there. And I will be honest with you that this was already a crisis for us, but we didn't have to worry about the financial part to this crisis. Matt was out of work for several months after that. I was able to take time off, and we didn't have to worry about where we were going to have funds. We had money that was saved, and also God's providence of leading us to pay off our mortgage.
Right.
We didn't have to have that as a worry either.
So no payments.
Yeah, which is incredible.
Right.
So no debt. You have no debt, no mortgage. But let me just kind of play the other side of this a little bit and talk about roadblocks that people might face to say, yeah. So do you have any kids in the home?
We do not have any kids in the home.
Right. So I'm thinking, I'm a young parent. Well, I'm not really a young parent anymore, but let's pretend I'm a young parent with kids in the home. It's like, yeah, that was great for you. You know, don't have any kids in the home. You don't have to worry about that. There's no way that this is going to work for us. We can't do it. What would you say to a person that might come across from that angle?
You can find any excuse in the book you want, and it doesn't matter what it is. Whatever that is, I can give you every reason why you should do this. And you've just heard a portion of that just now. When we talk about financial peace, we really talk about real peace, and that is time without conflict. So when you don't have issues financially, then there is true peace in that. But listen, some of you folks think that you've dug a hole pretty deep, and the only way to get out of that is not to keep digging the hole. We're going to show you how not to dig the hole anymore. I promise you that as young families, you can change your financial future and your history and your family tree by going through this. It's a short sacrifice. It's 10 weeks. We're doing it on Sunday night. So I know you're going to have an excuse about that. I watch Sunday Night Football, blah, blah, blah. You know what? You can watch that in 12 minutes on YouTube. You can watch a whole game on YouTube in 12 minutes. So let's just knock that one out of there. You need to be there and be able to submit to this type of authority.
That's incredible. And then thinking about getting over those roadblocks, you have your own success story, but you've taught this class here, and there have been success stories in the classes that you've taught, and probably by people that had some of those same thoughts, like there's no way. Could you just share a couple of those, maybe not even a couple of stories, but what happened as a result of the class that happened here before?
Yeah, so we had a small class actually, but with the class that we had 16 credit cards that were cut up. We had $16,000 in debt that was paid during the 10 weeks, and we had almost $28,000 that was saved by folks in the class.
Woohoo, come on, that's great.
That is incredible. And so this class is starting up, and I just want you to know that we believe in it so much as a church about being a part of this program, making it available to you, that last year as a church we invested in a program that is available to you right now where you can go online and get part of this. So Michelle, could you talk about what's available online to people even right now without even coming to class?
But you should come to class. So what's available right now is if you sign up online, you have access to all of the videos for financial peace. You can go through all of these lessons on your own, but we encourage you to come to class. I think Matt and I both see the benefit of doing this with other people and understanding that you're not alone. It makes the journey a bit easier. There's also some other content that's out there, and there's a EveryDollar, which is a budgeting app. Through the church, we have the premium version of that, which allows you to be able to download transactions from your bank so you can easily classify them. It really helps to create the budget. And there's just a lot of tools and resources that are available. And can I just add one more thing? So not about the tools, but just thinking about those who are coming to class. And Matt talked about that, you can make any excuse. One thing that I would also say is that the person who's going to be successful in this class is someone who is willing to submit to somebody else's plan. So you've been working your finances the way that you have, and maybe
how's that going for you?
And you might have a bit of a mess. And so there'll be things that you'll be learning in this class that are countercultural. Matt and I, we haven't had a car loan since 2014, but we have cars. We purchase cars, right? So how did we do that? You're going to be learning things that are countercultural. And so I think it's very important to just go into this class and think, okay, I'm willing to do something different for 10 weeks. If this doesn't work, I can go back to doing whatever I was doing before.
And we'll give you all your money back that you invested in the class.
Which was zero.
It really is a great deal. Like you can't beat that. You won't find me out in the lobby selling tickets to the class because it's free. It's absolutely free. So thank you so much for taking the time just sharing about financial peace. I'm going to kind of continue on. You guys can go back down and have a seat.